Hello everybody, welcome to the White Tiger Tarot. Thank you so much for being with me here today. Today's pick a card. We're doing things a little bit differently here. We're taking a look at your trajectory forward from this point, and kind of where we're moving into, what is our highest trajectory that we're on, what we're leaving behind. So I'm formatting this reading differently because we're going to do a bit of a Celtic cross. Okay, pardon my messy handwriting here, but we're going to take a look at where you're at currently, okay, where you're headed in the immediate future, your immediate trajectory, your highest trajectory long term, what we're leaving behind, and tools and guidance for you at this time to get you there or to help support you moving forward. All right, so that's what we're up to today. I'm going to introduce your piles here one at a time. All right. We're also going to pick our numbers. Okay. We have our numbers from 1 to 12. And since we have 3 piles here, we're going to have 4 numbers per pile. All right. Now, this could be a random number, a life path number, birthday, birth month, angel number you've been seeing. And this is totally optional for those who would like to have it. Okay. Totally optional. Another method for someone to pick their pile if they wish. All right, so let's get right into it here. Pile number 1 has the amethyst as their stone. Okay, and I'll just bring up the card at the top here, which is the 4 of Cups. This is also going to be the deck that we're using for your reading today. All right, now I'm going to choose numbers for pile number 1. Close my eyes. Pause the video here if you do not have your number yet. Okay, so we have number 4. Number 11, number 1, and oh, there's 2 in here. Gotta just pick one more. Number 3, 4, 11, 1, and 3 for pile number 1 with the 4 of Cups. Pile number 2 has the Jade, and the Death card with transformation. And the numbers for pile number 2 are 5, 7, 8, and 6. 5, 6, 7, 8 for pile number 2. Pile number 3 has rhodonite, okay, and the 2 of Wands, numbers for pile number 3 are 9, 10, 12, and 2. 9, 10, 12, and 2 for pile number 3. All right, so with that being said, I'll give you guys a few moments to meditate on the piles here, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is your trajectory, kind of where you're heading immediately and your highest trajectory that you're on. So if you missed the intro, I have a little layout here. We're going to be doing a Celtic cross, okay, with where you're at currently in your energy, where you're heading in the immediate future, your highest trajectory long term, what you're leaving behind, and tools and guidance for you at this time to help support you moving forward. All right, so that's what we've got going on today. Your pile has the amethyst here, and your numbers are 4, 11, 1, and 3. Okay, and actually, I didn't say this because I didn't want it to affect anyone picking their pile, but this is actually, you have 2 cards here, but this energy that you are attracted to, okay, is going to be your current energy. So this is what, Spirit chose as the layout. So as your current energy, there is something that you've been waiting for here. Or something that's been really taking its time or you don't see coming. Okay, this is also the deck we're going to use, and then we're going to pull clarifiers from these decks. So let's take a look at your current energy first. So 4 of Cups, right? Been waiting for something. Spirit's about to bless you with something. And since you have the 10 of Pentacles, right after that, I see it as something being of the physical. Okay, so we see multiple generations here. 10 of Pentacles can talk about something like a physical, gift. It could be an inheritance. It's definitely something of the physical, I feel, for you guys, but it's a blessed, I'm seeing crosses here, flowers, like this is a blessing, right? And this cup looks like a flower. So this is like a physical blessing of some kind that could be passed down to you. It could be, a child, right? Getting pregnant perhaps, or, maybe adoption comes through, or maybe your family is expanding in some way, or something's grounding and expanding in the physical for you, something you've been waiting upon, right? So this could be, joined family. This could be creating a family. This could be, the funds or the finances needed, or you just got it because this is your current energy, right? So you could have just been blessed with something big. So I'm getting that this is right about to happen if it hasn't happened yet, or you're feeling this sense of expansion and groundedness and blessings from the universe into an expanded version of your family, of your life, or of your maybe career space, right? Maybe something's coming through to really expand your network, right? Expand your reach, expand your community in some way. But definitely something, and I'm only getting that maybe it hasn't happened quite yet for some of you because I still see the man standing there waiting. So there's been something you've been waiting upon that is coming through right now for you. Or, it just came through and grounded into the physical as an expansion, as growth. All right, so that's beautiful. So let's get a little more information, a little clarity on your current energy here. But it just feels like something you've waited for a long time, and it's finally coming through. Okay. Okay, so health. So a lot of you, it could be about physical health, right? Maybe ancestral healing, right? Spiritual health, physical health, emotional health. Okay, maybe the right therapist comes in and really allows you to feel grounded and safe and secure and helps you heal. A gift comes through to help you, heal something along your path. And information comes through. Maybe this is spirit coming through, or like a passed on loved one comes through with a message you needed to hear, and helps you heal in some way. And this could be even, the right diagnosis comes through, or, you get the right help, or you start, I really feel like this is external. It feels like an external assistance, because of the hand coming down from the heavens here, right? It could have come through a download that you received, but it's helping you with your health in some way. And transformation. Wow. So the health of something is transforming. So this could even be, the health of your career. So that's what you're currently going through, right? There's a transformation around the health of something that you've been wanting, right? I want, and this could be family, right? This could be relationship. This could be career. It's going to be something physical, and it's going to be something you've been waiting on or kind of feeling the absence of, right? Of like, or maybe I have these, I have many blessings in my life. There's many things going well for me, but this is like that missing piece. If this could just be healthy, or if this could just be strong, right? If this could just be grounded in my life, this would make the full picture, right? That's the 10 of Pentacles. It's the full picture. It's the happy family. It's the feeling the love, but it's feeling the wealth and the security, right? Of the physical, not just because of finances, but because of those I have around me, right? Who's surrounding me, and that real feeling of security and safety in that. So there's something transforming around the health of something that is really creating that sense of security within yourself and within your life. Okay, so this is really beautiful energy, and I'm really happy for you that this is happening. It feels, it's so welcomed. It's peaceful. It's really peaceful, and I feel like you've been waiting for it for a while. So let's get a couple more cards. These are just affirmations. So we have Shungite discipline. I practice the art of discipline, and it brings freedom to my soul. So this kind of goes well with the health, right? You could have been practicing some kind of discipline, right? And health really makes me think of 6th house, like every day, right? Work, home life, discipline, health, right? Health focus. So a lot of you guys could have been, maybe you've been waiting on results of something. Maybe you've been really putting in the work, right? Even in your physical body, right? Doing exercise, and and then something, maybe a major milestone hits. You hit that, that goal weight, or that, that health weight goal that you've been wanting to hit. So you've been practicing discipline, and that is what is transforming this situation, right? It doesn't have to be around your physical body health, but you've been being disciplined in maybe, eating the right foods, or showing up, right, in a way that is maybe doing practices that are really focused on, creating better work schedule, work discipline. Maybe you've been getting out of your comfort zone and doing things that, is better for your relationships and it's helping you heal, right? So all of those kinds of things would be relevant here, and are helping to transform the situation into beautiful growth and expansion. Wow. I mean, this energy is amazing. Pile number 1. Look, you have Andromeda, the high vibration. magic and miracles, heart-centered, highly gifted, creative, imaginative, intuitive, freedom seeker, teacher, healer, balanced, yin yang. Wow. So look, you're currently going through such a huge transformation because of your focus and discipline, right? You're receiving a blessing. Magic and miracles are going to start occurring in your life. There might be one thing that happened or that's happening that's like, I didn't see this coming. I didn't know how this could happen, or, you know, how this could actually come through, but it does, right? Or it did. And it's like, wow, it really brought me, it came through, and it really, you know, it really solved a lot of things for me. It really settled a lot of things for me. It really showed me my power. It showed me, you know, my strength, or how much I have, or it just like was a confirmation of your commitment to this path, or your commitment to yourself, right? To this discipline, to your health, to your you know, high path, your heart-centered path, your creative path, right? Your healing path, the path of family, perhaps, right? So there's a beautiful balance going on here. You're rising in vibration, and you're allowing magic and miracles, things to come through out of nowhere, right? There's definitely some magic around you where answers or gifts or resources or, you know, help, it's coming through that just seems like, it's like, what? Like, I prayed for this, or I asked for this. I've been imagining this. I've just been, you know, doing the things that I can focus on, and it came through. Like, it really did. That's what's happening here. And yeah, this is current. So that is beautiful. Wow. I mean, where do we go from here? You know, magic is gonna, I feel like it's gonna keep developing. So that's really cool. So that's your current energy. I mean, hard to top, but let's continue. Okay. And now let's see where we're gonna look next. We're gonna see where you're headed in the immediate future. Okay, is this what we're taking? Okay, so these came out right away from the bottom of the deck. So this is your immediate future. We have the Eight of Pentacles, so we see someone working on something, right? We also had creative energy. Maybe you're a very creative person, but something's being worked on, mastered. We have the Moon. And we have the High Priestess. Wow. So very intuitive cards. So talk about magic and miracles, the Moon and the High Priestess. So there could be more of a focus or deeper focus on your spiritual path, spiritual healing, becoming, and we had that. We had, right, the healer. Where is it? Teacher, healer, highly gifted, right? Creative, imaginative. So whatever your gifts are, your immediate future is you focusing more on those gifts and deepening those gifts, and maybe using your intuition, right? Your higher guidance, right? You're being guided. There's a pathway that we're being led to, okay, that is deepening us in this mastery, in this craft, in this gift that we hold. It doesn't have to be spiritually based, right? It's not going to be for everybody, but even if it's creative, even if it's like, you know, it's a career of finance, it's just your life in general is going to be more in tune with those higher energies, those deeper energies, with the energies of magic and miracles. Okay. So there's something we're reaching for that is, yeah, deeply spiritual and intuitive. And we're going to be working more with these energies coming forward. They're going to be more present in our day-to-day, in what we focus on and what we do, and how that's expressed. Okay, beautiful. So let's get some clarifying cards. You're coming to a newfound sense of mastery, right? Within self and within this thing that you're doing. Healing. So yeah, that's really like that moon card. There's something healing here because we see it's been crying, but it's been adding to this river, right? The tears have all been adding to this river that's flowing towards you on this path, right? It's been guiding you. Change. And look at that opportunity, golden ticket. Beautiful. So up ahead, right, there's going to be healing. There's going to be a lot that changes in your life. I think whatever's happening now is like a catalyst for this change, right? It might change how you show up and what you do. It might change your whole position, right, in your career, or you might bring on something new, or maybe if this is like, your physical space, right, your family space, there's a lot of changes going on in this, right? And it's here to expand, but it's also here about something about healing. Maybe you've been in a time of, with that Four of Cups, unknown, right? Maybe there's been a lot of healing around whatever this is for you, and having to kind of wait and kind of having to look inwardly, right? Look in the unknown, and let that guide us, right? So there's healing and there's change occurring, right? So there's a lot of shifting that's leading to a beautiful golden ticket, an opportunity, right? A golden opportunity here that's going to create a lot of happiness. That is us reaching, right, for a very high path for ourselves, right? A very blessed path, right? The golden ticket, the dream opportunity. So there is a dream opportunity coming through in the very near future. There's just this like period of healing and change that we're shifting through, that is leading to this. So let's get more. Oh, that flew out. Okay, wow, look at this. So we have awakening crystal, soul awakening. I'm awakening to my true essence, and I am a full expression of my soul's vibration. Amazing, beautiful. It's exactly what we're seeing here with this high priestess, this healing, right? You in your immediate future are going through a huge awakening, and that is aligning you with your true, fullest soul's expression of your path, of your purpose, of why you're here, right? Which is leading you on the path. This reminds me of like, the yellow brick road, right? That's the path you're on to your golden ticket, to beautiful opportunities, but also this deep soul awakening that's really, I think, putting you on a much more purposeful path, where it's undeniable, right? Where there aren't so many questions and unknowns, right? That's what's healing here. It's like, it's going to feel clear. It's going to feel known, right? It's going to feel lit up. And there's going to be more things that come through, blessings. No, look what came out again. Look, same card flipped out. Magic and miracles, the high vibration, heart-centered, highly gifted, creative, imaginative, intuitive, freedom seeker, teacher, healer, balancing yang. So you are, what's starting now is continuing you on this path of magic and miracles, more magic, more miracles occurring in your life, along with a soul awakening, with beautiful opportunities coming in. I cannot believe how positive and charged this reading is, right? Your intuition, your imagination, your creative gifts, like you are very, very gifted. And those gifts are going to keep developing in such a beautiful way. And I think Spirit's here to say, I've got your back. Like we're going in, right? This is a time to go in deep. We're going in hard. There's going to be so much beautiful things coming out, developing through you, that you're reaching for, that you're tuning into, that you didn't have access to before. And it's yeah, it could even be creating you as a teacher, as a healer, as someone who's a, you know, a way shower in this particular craft or gift that you hold. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful energy. You are on such a high charged path. Okay, so now we are going to look at the tools and guidance for you at this time. Oops. Having a hard time grasping the cards, so that could be something. Maybe you're finding things hard to grasp or hold on to. Okay. Wow. So you have the Tower. Yeah. I mean, right? That makes a lot of sense. Like, we're finding it hard to feel grounded. Maybe there's so much change that's occurring. We have the Lovers. And we have the Ace of Wands. So this is your guidance and your tools at this time. I'm going to bring out your other cards while I tune into this. Yeah, this just feels like you're going to be going through a lot of shifts, right? And there's going to be moments of feeling very ungrounded. And so with the Lovers, this to me just, it almost feels like, just know that all the choices being made by you and by, you know, Spirit guiding you at this time are for your highest good. And I like the contrast between these two people. We see the white dress, the black dress, right? It's that, it almost makes me feel like don't be afraid of the contrast right now. If there's a lot of contrasting energies, right, where a lot feels like it's shifting and moving, or things are coming apart maybe, or things feel chaotic and hard, it's hard to ground or grasp what's actually going on, okay? That the duality is part of creating harmony, right? So if there's, you know, some days I feel really good and really positive, and other days it just feels really negative and dark, okay, just know that there's some kind of like paradoxical energy surrounding you at this time, but it's really going to, that's purposeful, and that's going to bring you into the Ace, which is brand new, fresh energy. It's going to be knowing, right? It's going to be blessings. It's energy. There's inspiration, and I think they're basically saying like, you'll have the inspiration when you're ready to and needing to, and you'll have the opportunity, right? You will come out of this with the knowledge, with the information, with the energy needed, okay? So it's almost like go with the dance, right? So flow with the dance of what's happening right now, because it truly is in your highest good, in your highest favor. And you will come out of this with clarity, with guidance, with inspiration, right? And it will be there when it's ready to be there. Okay, so you have Sirius, the student, master, teacher. So you have that again, you have teacher, cosmic upgrades. So that's what this is doing right now. This is upgrading you. This is all about your upgrades, okay? So yeah, again, we have sensitive, creative, artist, peacekeeper, cosmic healer, healer, music, right? So this is about you being upgraded. So they're like, just go with the dance, even if sometimes it feels very chaotic and messy and, you know, I don't know what's going on. They're like, this is going to produce inspiration, but it will also produce, like, that you will come out of this with clarity. And then you have discipline again. You keep getting very repeating cards. So continue your disciplines. Continue the things that you know help you or that you have been disciplined on, okay? Those will continue to help you feel grounded and help you move through these big changes that you're going through, right? It'll help you dance with them easier. So continue your disciplines, whether that be exercising, eating well, meditation, going for walks, right? Talking to your friends, going out with your friends. Your disciplines are what are going to help you feel grounded through these big shifts and changes at this time. And look at that, money. So I feel like the biggest change that might be occurring is in maybe your finances or your physical world. Okay, so you could be getting a lot more opportunities coming through, or maybe being disciplined with your money is something that's been helpful, and that will continue to be helpful to you and help you feel grounded and like, okay, this is good. You know, I'm doing well, right? Around my money, around discipline. But I really think the biggest changes that are occurring are around your physical space, your money space, your financial space. And so, yeah, there could be a lot of ups and downs where some weeks you're like doing really well. And then other weeks you're like, oh, it dropped off. I don't know, like it's all part of the big picture of this cosmic upgrade that's going on for you. And it's all part of actually putting you on a more solid, stable, secure path of financial abundance. Okay. All right, so we're gonna see now what you are leaving behind. Just one. Okay, we're just going to do one. Page of Wands. Interesting. So she got this thorn, right? This is like a big stick of thorns here. She seems very vulnerable. Let's get more. And also, maybe this is like timidness to start, or a fear of being hurt, or maybe it's just beginners kind of yeah, like a timidness, right? Where it's like, oh, I don't know if this path is going to work out for me. I don't know what I'm going to find, right? Is it going to just is it just all filled with thorns, right? Is this creative path, or this path of spirituality just filled with kind of rejection or, you know, difficulty? That's what this feels like. Like not really knowing what you're gonna find, right? Okay. So we have manifestation. We have self-acceptance, rhodochrosite. I fully accept myself and know that I'm worthy of great things in life. So this is all about what we're leaving behind, right? Is that self-doubt. Self-doubt of, you know, not accepting ourselves and not accepting our manifestation, right? Not believing that we can have this manifestation, that we are good enough, or that we can work hard enough, right? Without having that physical proof, maybe that it's working out or that it's all happening. So this feels like a lot of self-doubt around what it is that we've been trying to create or manifest, all right? We have Saturn, light of the teacher, the world, the right action, discipline, right? Now that's the third time discipline has come up. Structure, commitment, obstacles, restrictions, rules, delays, karma, life lessons, tangible rewards. Love this. So this is basically saying you have done the right actions. You have taken the right action. You have taken the right disciplines, right? You've put those in place, the structures, you've been committed, right? And so the restrictions, rules, delays, the karma, the life lessons, all of that stuff is now part of the past. So you have been going through a lot of, right, light of the teacher, a lot of life lessons, learning, right? You've been the student, and now it feels like you're coming more into becoming the teacher, becoming more comfortable in the position which you are, or doing the things that you do, right? And becoming more confident, more self-accepting. Wow, and look at that. Second house, money and value. Abundance is your birthright. Okay, so because this is in the past, I feel like, and because your current energy is something you received, this could be saying that, yeah, abundance has always been in your past, on your path, for you to uncover, right? It's part of your birthright. And so this was always here for you to uncover, but this is also something that you could have just recently received, right? And so maybe you didn't know what to do or how to discipline yourself with your money, right? With this manifestation, right? Towards this manifestation. So it feels like you're more disciplined, you're making the right action towards creating more financial stability, okay? And that might have really come through your self-worth, okay? Hey, pod number one, sorry about that. I had a visitor come by, but... Hey, pod number one, sorry about that. We just had a visitor really quick. And so now we're going to continue with your reading with your highest trajectory long-term, okay? Which is going to be the top of the pyramid here and our last subject. Okay, so let's take a look at your highest long-term trajectory on this path that you're currently on. Like big picture. I mean, it seems like a very highly guided, highly spiritual path that you're embarking upon, or that, yeah, you're already on, but it feels like it's just gonna keep climbing upward. Okay, so do we have anything else? I feel like we do. No, not this one. I think it's this one. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look. Wow, so you have the Fool. And you see the paint, right? He's creating his own path, right? He's painting his own path. He's the creator, right, of his path. And look, he's stepping out off of a cliff, right, where other people are just watching him like in awe, right? He's like the ultimate creative, the ultimate creator of his own story, right, of his own path. So really forging your own way forward in a very unique, individual, unique way. I know I said unique twice, but that's how unique it is, okay? So we have the Fool. Wow, look at that. 9 of Pentacles. Sorry, I feel like the picture is a little bit blown out, but hope you can see that okay. And the Queen of Wands. I mean, wow. Right? If this isn't creativity, this is just like oozing creativity and uniqueness and power, right? Individuality. Wow. So you're meant to have a lot of success here, right? With the 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and the Fool. Your highest trajectory, your long-term, right, is you creating your very own path of complete, complete, I don't want to say unique again, but it's like, it's your own, right? Completely your own, completely something that only you can create and can walk down, right? And other people, I feel like, are just going to look at you in awe of like, how were they able to forge this path for themselves? But I think it's just because you have this deep, deep level of self-trust and confidence, right? In who you are and in your gifts. And it's really going to take you where you want to go. It's like you are really painting, forging your own path forward that no one else has done before or can duplicate. And so with the Nine of Pentacles, this is also meant to make you very wealthy, okay? Very much independently wealthy. You're meant to live very well, okay, from your unique gifts, your passions, right? The things that that you're willing to do, that you're willing to express or share in that very unique way, okay? It's meant to give you a lot of financial stability in your life, a lot of freedom, a lot of independence, a lot of luxury. You're meant to definitely live a life of luxury, okay? And probably notoriety, be known for something, be seen, like you're definitely meant to shine. Like you're definitely not going to be a wallflower, okay? That's for sure. You are going to stand out for your power, for your creative, and it doesn't have to be like you're an artist, although it could be, right? Queen of Wands, we're seeing the artist here. But this is just meant to represent the path in which is uniquely yours. That's what you're meant to be known for, and how you do things differently, how you do things in your own way, right? That really truly represent and express who you are as a soul, right? That imprint, that unique imprint that you have. I have to look up a synonym for unique, obviously, but yeah, it's the word, right? It is the word, I would say, of your trajectory, and that's what you're meant to be known for. Okay, let's get a little more information. Can I get more? Nope, just that one. But yeah, this is very cool energy. Okay. You have such a cool energy, Pot One. I would definitely love to be your friend. I think it would just be amazing to see you do what you do. And you just be unapologetic. And if you're not it's funny because remember how we saw in the past what we're letting go of is the Page of Wands, right? And it felt very vulnerable. It felt very almost insecure. And so our highest trajectory is the Queen of Wands, right? It's coming to the almost opposite end of that, of confidence, right? It's like timidness to complete confidence, complete just a surety in ourselves and who we are and what our gifts are and what we're here to share with the world, right? So that's really beautiful. Look at that vision, your unique vision, right? Your vision comes forward, comes to fruition, right? What you see for yourself in your third eye, that life you see for yourself is truly what you're meant to experience, right? That is your vision. That's your highest trajectory. That's where you're moving to. That's what this is all about, this journey that you're on. And we have chrysoprase, nurturing. I open up and allow myself to be nurtured. Beautiful. And that's what the queens are too. It's opening up to receive, right? Allowing ourselves to be nurtured by us, right? To be nurtured by life and the universe and our own gifts, right? To receive what we need, to receive the finances, right? So this is about us becoming almost better nurturing ourselves in what it is we need, right? To take care of ourselves and to take care of our gifts so that they can be nurtured and the vision can truly come forward, right? So we have South Node, past lifetimes. You've got this. And, wow, look at that. 1111, alignment. The call. Beautiful. The call, the vision. Look, so you're meant to move beyond your south node in this lifetime. Your highest vision, your highest trajectory, right, is to move beyond your past lifetimes, to completely walk. Look, this, you could call this cliff, right? The past lifetimes, the past karma that we've been dealing with, the cycles that we've been in, and he completely walks off that path and creates his own, right? So this is about you reaching that north node and walking away from the past karmic lessons, the past lifetimes. You got this. Like, you really are in alignment, and you are in alignment with this path, with your highest trajectory, which is amazing, right? So this is saying, keep doing what you're doing. You are in alignment with it. You are aligned with the calling. You're aligned with the vision, right? You're aligned with this highest path, this highest trajectory. So keep going. You can trust yourself. Keep nurturing yourself, right? Keep gaining in that confidence and focusing on the things that you want to create, and listening to that individuality, right? Not listening to what the group is doing. You're meant to walk your own path in this lifetime. And so it could feel like, you know, you're really going out on a limb. You might have to take some chances, right? But that's all about, yeah, walking this very unique path that you're on and that you're headed toward. You'll continue to do this, and then you're going to be looked at as like, wow, a master, right? A master of your craft, a master of what you do. So you're in alignment with this, so keep going. Okay, pile number 1, thank you so much for coming to this reading today. Wow, what a beautiful one. I love this. You guys are amazing. You're so talented. You're so gifted. And you're so unique, right? So yeah, just embrace that about yourself. Okay, it's the most beautiful characteristic, definitely. So thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading today. I hope it gave you some clarity, some information that you needed. Let me know in the comments if it did, if you found it helpful. And please give this reading a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you have not already. And if you would like to know more about your own unique path, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you on the next one, pile 1. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Okay, we are looking at your trajectory. Your short-term trajectory and your long-term trajectory. It's very hard to say. So this is our layout here of what we're looking at. So we're going to look at where you're at currently with your energy, where you're headed in the immediate future, tools and guidance for you at this time, what you're leaving behind, and your highest trajectory long term. Okay, so that's what we've got going on. We're going to look at each of these individual areas and see what we've got going on for you. All right. You guys were attracted to the jade. 5, 7, 8, and 6. So 5, 6, 7, 8 is your number combo, and I found that very cool. And actually the card that you were drawn to, you have 3 here. This is going to be your current energy. We are going to use this deck for you guys today. So we'll keep that here. But let's take a look at your current energy, which you have transformation with death. Okay, you have the Chariot with awareness. Oh, you have 4 cards here. You have the Ace of Swords with consciousness. And then you have the Magician with existence. So wow, big energies here in your current state. These two, there's something deeply changing about who you are as a soul, as a person, as a human, right? There's a deep transformation going on in your awareness specifically, right? We have consciousness, we have awareness. So something changing about maybe the way you think, see, understand, speak, all of the above, right? There's something emerging out of you, into you, right? Through you in a new way. It's like you're really becoming anew at this time. There's a transformation going on within you, and maybe reflecting in your outer life as well. And then we see this person right here, almost like they were just born, right? Naked, completely kind of looking out into the universe of like pure potential. So it seems as though there is going to be a completely fresh beginning, or there's this feeling of becoming, yeah, just this brand new being, right? It just feels like a blank slate. And it feels like a quieting of the mind, right? Could be a literal death of the past, death of an ego death, right? Which is moving us into a completely new path, new beginning. Yeah, just looking at the world, seeing the world in a new way, expanding our minds, expanding our awareness, expanding, what we perceive and how we perceive it. Okay, so let's get some more information here on your current energy. And I'm curious, let me know like what transformative energy you might be going through at this time. Like maybe it's obvious, maybe it's not obvious, right? Maybe it's difficult. Maybe you're going through something difficult, right? I see like there's an old self, maybe a fearful self. Yeah, it feels like we're letting go of some past lives, past karma, past self, which is moving us in this new direction. Feels like we're becoming more whole. We're coming more to our inner homes, right? Feeling more at home within ourselves, within the universe, within our lives. Okay. Okay, so we have the card of time. We have dream. We have orpiment, success. I am successful in all that I do. You have Leo. I create, your time to shine. And you have Neptune, light of inspiration, the hanged man, time for spiritual retreat. Okay, with Neptune and dream, I'm really getting a connection here. We see the moon here. Dream, and we see dreams, right? First key word here in this card is dreams, inspiration, right? Awareness, right? Your awareness expanding, oneness, enlightenment. So that's definitely what I'm getting. There's a dream being born through you at this time. And that might be why you're going through this death and rebirth, this transformation, inner, outer, right? Is to lead you to success in a dream, right? And look, your time to shine, we have time. So it's your time literally to shine, but it's your time to create the dream. It is your time to embody the dream, right? That you have created within yourself, that you have tapped into, right? Through your spirituality, through your spiritual practices, right? This is something deeply connected to a deep spiritual purpose, right? In your life. It's something that you have dearly, deeply wished for yourself, right? And you're meant to have success. And I love that it says in all that I do, because what's happening with this transformation is to create a wholeness of success, right? Not just in one area of your life, but in all areas of the dream, right? Where the dream might not just be one aspect of life, right? It could be all aspects, like a wholeness, right? A wholeness within you, a wholeness within your life. And so look at you, I create, right? It's time for you to create. It's time for you to create the life you envisioned, the dream you envisioned, right? Through your own creativity, through your own strength, right? That you've shown, through your own power. So it really is time for you to shine, time for you to be at the center of your own life and truly creating that dream that you've seen for yourself. So you're right at the beginning of something, right? With the Ace and the Magician, it feels like you're truly beginning something now that is gonna, it's about a bigger picture, and we're gonna take a look at that as well. Okay, so that is your current energy. And next, let's see where you're headed in the immediate future. Okay. Okay, immediate future. Okay, you just wanted one tarot card. Let's see what this is, and then we'll get, wow, look at that. Your immediate future is the Ten of Cups. Harmony. Amazing. I can see why they just wanted one card. I mean, what else? It's like, it's that straightforward. It's that simple, but it's that big that we don't need explanation, right? You're headed toward head and heart coherence, totally harmony. Remember when I said that feeling of home and of wholeness? So your immediate future, there's something here that you're just coming into this deep sense of peace within yourself and peace within your life, feeling totally at home, totally in harmony within yourself, with your dream. Wow, that is truly beautiful. Okay. I'm just gonna shuffle these. Yeah, it feels like whatever transformation you've been in, or it might have been like a difficult situation, right? Where maybe you felt like it's been a struggle because you've been in that death, right? That rebirth, maybe a bit of a hangman position, making sacrifices, you know, growing spiritually, which is not always easy. It feels like we're gonna come out on the other side like, wow, whole, like feeling so good, feeling so happy and grateful, right? Fulfilled through that. I love how we just got one card of each. So let's see. Look at that, you have intuition. Okay. Hidden at gratitude. I am grateful, and this loving energy fills every single cell of my being. Look how grateful you're gonna be feeling in your immediate future, right? Just a deep gratitude for life, for source, right? For where you've been led, for yourself, right? That you've been able to follow your intuition, follow that deep knowing that it's guided you, you know, to this beautiful place of harmony, right? Of gratitude. And you're gonna have all the evidence around you to reinforce this feeling. We have Scorpio with death. So we had the death card right before. I desire, fiercely devoted. It says passionate, intense, powerful, loyal, mysterious, deep, ambitious, magnetic, secretive, obsessive, jealous, and competitive. So this is basically telling me that in the immediate future, it feels like this death, this transformation that we're currently, it feels like you're nearing the end of it. This is our immediate future where it feels like we're out of it. We're like the phoenix that has risen, right? We've reached some kind of harmony, some 10 of cups, some deep fulfillment, right? Where we've had to listen to our intuition. There's something here that you just feel, whether it's an inner, you know, transformation and an inner feeling, right? But it also feels like there's something of the physical that also is created, and you're just like, wow, like this is it, right? This is the dream. Something about the dream manifests, right? Happens. It's like there's just so much love being created. And I really feel like it really reinforces your power of intuition, and that those feelings that you get, and you're like, I really do lead myself in the best way. I'm so, yeah, there's something you deeply desire, but there's something you've been fiercely devoted in transforming through, right? On your own spiritual path, to leave behind the old ways, the old karma, to change your awareness, to create a better life or a better world or a better outcome for yourself, for your family, right? The 10 of Cups. And there's this moment of pure gratitude of like, wow, I can't believe it, right? I can't believe I made it here. I can't believe it was real all along. It was guiding me to this place, to this point. And yeah, just feeling that deep internal gratitude and being so grateful that you were devoted, right? That you were loyal to yourself, to your path, to your intuition, to this vision, right? That you had for yourself. And yeah, it just feels like you're totally transformed and come out on, it's like you finally come out of that shadowy time and you make it through, and it's like paradise, you know, it's better than you could have imagined. And it's like, wow, it was all so worth it. So worth it. Wow, amazing. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Okay. So let's take a look at what we're leaving behind. Actually, we're going to take a look first at guidance for you and tools for you at this time. Guidance and tools. Oops. Okay. So we have the Three of Wands, experiencing, and then we have, here, I'll show you guys these, and then we have the Ten of Swords, rebirth. So, and we've picked up on that energy many times. You had death come through, you had Scorpio come through, right? That Phoenix, you're having your rebirth. So I can already feel the message through these cards. And it's basically saying, like, to embrace the rebirth, right? There's probably a lot of changes going on in your inner world, in your outer world. And it feels like growing pains, right? These things may not be the easiest to go through. But I love that this child came through, and then we have the lion, so that reflects that Leo energy of it's your time to shine, right? This is about you coming through, shining, unapologetically enjoying more of your experience. But for now, like, this is about just being with the experience that you're having, knowing that it is ending a cycle of pain, of karma, of disappointment, right? Of all this difficulty that we've been going through and all this karma that we've had on our path. It really feels like that is all being cleared, right? To open up a completely new experience and a different way to interact with our experience, right? A more presence, more closeness, a deeper awareness, a gratitude, right? Of the truth and where we've been able to make it through, right? And there's this lightness, this playfulness. So just know that you are making it out of that. This will be over soon. Look, resolution. The olive oil here, right? Resolution. Yeah. Okay, I think there's another one in here. So things are being resolved. So they just don't want you to worry, especially if you're still in the midst you know, of things kind of changing, and it's I want to say weird or difficult, confusing, you know, those growing pains. Just know that it is opening you up for this new experience. Okay. So things are being resolved, right? Peace, look at that. Okay, just know things are being resolved, to have peace with that as much as you can. Even if things are difficult, these are the resolutions, right? If things are falling off, if people are falling off, if you're going through something that's, yeah, difficult or confusing or strange, right? Know that this is actually the way towards your rebirth, towards dropping all of these things, towards this experience of peace, of gratitude, of happiness, of fulfillment. This is part of the resolution. Oh my gosh, look, solicite peace. I am an instrument of peace. You have peace twice here. That is truly amazing. So Spirit wants you to have peace, okay? Find your peace. Try to cultivate peace, right? Through, like, look, this lady is hugging a tree, right? Maybe going for nature walks, doing things that bring you peace at this time. That is your guidance, right? That things are being resolved on your behalf. Okay, this is a part of a major rebirth occurring in your life. And to create peace, experience more peace where you can, right? That is the key to making it through this in, you know, a smoother way. And just know that this is truly bringing you into a peaceful time, right? Truly peaceful within and around you. So as much as you can, cultivate peace within yourself, and just know this to be true as a fact. Okay, you can find more peace within the space in which you're at. Wow, look at that, 33, the Master's sacred support. Blessings, expansion, increase, fertility, positive results, talents, skills, mastery, teacher, inspiration, ascended masters. Wow. So something is being created here, right? You have sacred support with you at this time, okay? They are here guiding you. They are here helping you with this resolution, right? I love how it says expansion, increase, fertility. We have the child there. I think you are becoming there could be new life experiences, right? Being created through you, right? Blessings coming in. We have a 3 here as well. So you have 333. Excuse me. And we also have, maybe it is, you know, creating a family, right? Having a child for some. Maybe it's creating a life, right? Creating something of our own, a life of peace, an outcome of peace, right? A truly peaceful experience. Creating a life that we feel at peace with, within ourselves and around us, right? With those people, right? The support that is needed and helpful, right? And beautiful and creative, right? So yeah, wow. They just want you to know that you have support. Things are being created, right? Things are being resolved. You are going through a rebirth to bring you into an experience of more peace and love and harmony. Okay, so try to cultivate as much peace within yourself at this time as you go through these changes. Beautiful. I love this so much. Okay, so let's now take a look at what we're leaving behind. Okay. there is more. Okay. Let's take a look at these first, and then we'll get the other cards. Wow. Okay, so you have the Ten of Pentacles. We are the world. So there's something big we're leaving behind, right? This could be a family. This could be something that was in our lives for a long time. This could also be like with all of these people, right? This could be ancestral patterns, things, karma that has been passed down, right? We could be leaving behind what feels like an entire world. So there's something deep, big, expansive, something that we're leaving behind that's maybe been with us a long time, past lifetimes, right? And maybe it's something of the physical. Maybe it's a place in the world. Yeah, maybe it's a place we've known for a while, or something that we've been invested in for a long time. Okay, so we have turning in, which is the Four of Cups. We have fighting, okay, which is the Knight of Swords. And then we have the Two of Cups with friendliness. Yeah, it could be a community, right? A friend group that we were a part of, a family situation, a relationship, you know, a career space, right? It just feels like with these two cards, it's like it feels like there's good and bad, right? And that might be why it's difficult to let go, to move on from. But we see all of these voices and these people surrounding her. And with the fighting, it feels like, yeah, there may have been a lot of good, but it also feels like there may have been a lot of negative influences, maybe fighting, right? You know, it just feels like a lot of baggage, a lot of background, right? And maybe it caused us to put on defenses, put on armor, right? And it just feels like there's a lot of voices that we had to tune out from, that we had to move on from. So let's get more information on this here. Okay, so we have abundance, and we have fun time. But I like how it's pointing forward, right? Like we're moving into a more fun time. But yeah, this abundance is giving me, it's kind of making me look towards that Ten of Pentacles. Where that could be why it's a little bit shaky, because it feels like there's been something, maybe it's felt like we're leaving a safe space. Maybe we're leaving a job or something that gave us some kind of security, physical security, right? Abundance in our lives. Let's get more of these cards. But we're moving away from fighting. See how the arrow is pointed backwards too? Right? That represents the knights in this deck. But then this arrow is pointing forward, right? So fighting in the past, forward is fun time. So we're moving towards better times, lighter times. Wow, and look at this, okay? 8th house, transformation, death and rebirth. Baggage. That's what I said, didn't I? I think I said that word, baggage. There's a lot of baggage. There's a lot. Yeah, I feel like I did. I don't know. Let me know if I did. But there's just a lot that's been in this, right? It's been a long time. There's been a lot of, you know, things involved. It's maybe been our whole lives up until this point that we're having to let go of, right? A lot of friends and family, and, you know, good times and bad times. But it's been a lot of karma, trauma, right? Metamorphosis, endings, magic, mystery, occult, sex, underworlds, crisis, other people's money, inheritance, right? So yeah, we could be walking away from, you know, even a sense of financial security in a way, or just physical security, right? Which can be relationships and family, or a place, right? But we're moving on from this death and rebirth, this transformation, the 8th house that we've been through, right? That forced us to transform, that forced us to look within and just kind of find maybe our inner abundance. And now we get to move forward towards better times, towards lighter times. So we have fire agate, creativity, allow the creativity of my soul to shine through into my world. We have malachite, healing. I am a healing machine, manifesting miracles. And Heliodor, confidence. I am confident in all that I do. Yeah, wow. I mean, this is definitely the most full, right? It feels like there's just been a lot we've had to look at and find our confidence through and heal from, right? But I think that you've been able to tap into some kind of inner strength and creativity and confidence, right? And it feels like this transformation is complete. That's why it's letting us know that this is what we're leaving behind, right? Yes, there's a lot that comes with that. There's a lot about our physical world we're leaving behind, our, you know, maybe our personal world that was part of our life for a long time. But this is about us finding our confidence and going towards the better, going towards more harmony, more happiness, more peace, right? Yes, there might have been a lot of, you know, fun things and exciting things about this, but this is about us going towards peace and love and harmony and balance, right? Okay. So now we are going to look at your highest trajectory long term. Trajectory. So we have the Tower card with Thunderbolt. You have the 10 of Wands with Suppression. Wow, look at all this like lightning and red. And the 9 of Swords with Sorrow. Okay, let's get more. Let's see what this is saying. Okay, so we have news and we have release. We have self-expression. I almost feel like, because we see the Buddha in the background here, I almost feel like you are going to become an agent of change. I think you're here, and we see people getting disrupted, right? I almost think you're here to bring messages, right? News that help people release, right? We see people falling, releasing, right? Releasing from sorrow and suppression in your own way, right? Maybe as an example of you following your own path, following your highest path, right? Maybe just the way you show up, the way you express yourself creatively, the way you do your work, right? The life in which you've been able to create. You are here to be almost a news bringer. You bring messages of love and hope, but you're here to help people release themselves, right, from situations that are suppressing them and only bringing them sorrow. And this could be, you know, through their own anxiousness, through their own past, right? It's like you're here to almost disrupt and shake up things in people's lives, or you're maybe even just the world as a whole, right? And it's like when people experience you, or they see you, or they hear your voice, or they see your work, or whatever it is, you help release them from suppression, from some kind of burdens, heaviness that they've been keeping on their shoulders, right? Guilt, sorrow, trauma, baggage, pain. I think because we saw just in your last, what you're leaving behind, you left behind, right? Baggage. You've been able to transform your entire world and have a rebirth. So I think you're here to be that agent, right, of change that helps others release, right? And brings maybe good news, positivity, messages of love through your uniqueness, through your own self-expression, right? Through how you were able to do it. Okay, so let's get more. Okay, so you have azurite, expanded awareness. My awareness is expanding with an abundance of clarity. Wow, an abundance of clarity. Then you have the call, 1111, alignment, new gateway activation, epiphany, divine timing, rapid manifestation, spiritual awakening, and twin flame union. Yeah, I think you're here to help people awaken. And we have first house, the self, redefining who you are, the emperor, and the tower. Okay, so we have the tower here, then we have it repeated here. Self-image, ego, identity, personality, body, appearance, first impression on others, early childhood, beginnings, and ascent. Wow. So you have the self, you have self-expression, you have the tower. So yes, I do think you're here to help people, but I think your long-term trajectory is to completely leave any feelings of pain, sorrow, sadness, stress behind you. Okay, that's not meant to be part of your story. Love, right? Feelings of love, messages of love, you know, words of love. You are here to spread love, to spread joy, right? Through this newfound self that you've been able to cultivate, this newfound expanded awareness, right? With you're meant to have an abundance of clarity about your path and completely release the burdens and the cloudedness and the heaviness, right? The worry that once was part of your story. Completely, it's meant to leave your path behind, and you are meant to become completely anew, and you are in alignment with this. Look, new gateway activation, epiphany, right? You're meant to have a huge epiphany about who you are in your life, and express from this newfound self, right? This beautiful self. You're meant to have a huge glow up. I don't think you'll even be able to recognize yourself, okay, in the long term. It's like, and I don't think anyone will. I think change is going to be a big part of your world, and I think you're going to continue to grow and to expand, but you're definitely reaching some level of harmony very soon, and this is not meant to be part of your story. And I think you're actually here to help release others from these, from their own versions of their baggage and their sorrow that you've been able to do, right? Through your word, through your expression, right? In whatever way that fits for you. So beautiful, beautiful. Pile number 2. I love this so much. It is amazing. You are amazing. And I'm wishing you nothing but the absolute best going forward. You know, you are really, you are meant to, you had so many cards of death in Scorpio, right? I think it came up almost in every single subject that we had. So you are truly here to change thoroughly, right? And change the world, change yourself, and your life is here to, it's not going to be the same. It is going to transform in major ways, but only so that you can be seen and feel more connectedness and feel more love and help others do the same. Okay, so this is part of your calling, all right, to help release, to help others go through their change. Okay, beautiful. Yeah. So thank you so much. I hope you found this helpful. Yeah, you're definitely meant to be a leader. Okay, you're definitely meant to be a leader here, and change the world for the better and change individuals' lives for the better, because you were able to do that for yourself. Yeah, I hope you found this helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you did. Also, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you'd like to know more about your own unique situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you on the next one, pile number 2. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is your trajectory. We're going to look at short-term and long-term trajectory. And here, I'll show you the whole breakdown. So we're going to take a look at what your current energy is and what it's reflecting, okay, right now. Then we're going to look at where you're heading in the immediate future. So your immediate trajectory, okay, we're going to look at tools and guidance for you at this time to help support you, right, through this movement, what you're leaving behind, and then your highest trajectory long term. Okay, so where you're kind of headed in the long run on this trajectory. All right, you guys were attracted to the rhodonite here. Your numbers are 9, 10, 12, and 2. And the cards that you were actually attracted to here are going to be your current energy. So we have 3 cards for you here. This is going to be the deck we're using, Grandma's Postcards. Okay, so let's take a look at your current energy. We have the 2 of Wands. We have the Chariot. And we have the Moon. Okay, there's this sense of moving forward and expanding, but also not having total clarity about it. Like, where are we headed? I know we're in a car somewhere, but I don't know where we're going. Okay, so that's the kind of vibes that I'm getting. Maybe it's you and someone else. That could be it for some, because I'm seeing 2 people here. There's 2 kittens, two people in the car, and 2 people here. So that's going to be for some. That's not going to be for everyone, right? So you guys could have an attached destiny or something that you're doing with somebody where it's like, I know we're headed somewhere, right? Hoping in the right direction, but maybe there's not a ton of clarity about where this is or kind of where this is heading. Or yeah, what is the outcome here? I feel like there's a lot of mystery surrounding this move, this movement, this expansion or this direction that we're heading in. So let's get a little more information from our other decks here. But I also feel like there's pieces of information that you will find when it's time. Because I don't feel like, it feels like it's like you're okay with it. Like, I'm okay with not, you know, just taking the adventure here, right? If you're okay with being, with there being a little bit of mystery around this. Okay, so we have time. Let's see what else we have here. We have celebration, communication, and transformation. Celebration, communication, transformation. All the shuns. Wow. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. Something, it's time. It's time to move. It's time to expand, right? It's time to move ahead with something. It's time to go forward towards, this is about celebration, right? This is about something good coming into your life or something moving in a really positive direction. And I feel like it's to align you, maybe to align you and someone else in a deeper way, right? Communication, maybe there's something deep, transforming within yourself, within your path, right? Maybe that's what this movement is about, or this forward trajectory. And I mean, that's the moon. Like, maybe we're moving and things are happening, and through this move we're transforming, right? Maybe we're transforming how we communicate, or through our communication, right? Through maybe your power of communication, or the way you communicate is transforming, or maybe that's what's transforming your life. Let's see. But I think, yeah, you're definitely gonna have some kind of like, wow, this really turned out really beautifully. Maybe I couldn't have predicted that. Or if I knew the outcome, if I knew where this was headed, like, I couldn't have imagined this. Okay, so we have crystallite, power animal. My power animal supports, guides, and loves me throughout my life. We do have almost every card here has animals, so that's interesting. We have Leo, I create, with strength, your time to shine. It's funny, I think almost every pile has got that card so far. We have Lyra, badass soul, divine power. We have Aries, I am, the emperor, taking charge. So a lot of power here, a lot of fire. And then we have Orion, the wise healer, ancient gifts, ancient wisdom, mind, heart connection. Divine power, ancient gifts, taking charge, your time to shine. Wow, I feel like there's a lot going on in your life right now. It almost feels like you're aligning with something new here. Aligning with a divine power, with ancient gifts. There's a deep transformation going on, right? And I think here, Spirit's like, even if things aren't super clear, that's what's happening. There's something coming out from within, right? An ancient gift, a divine power. That's what the moon is all about. So maybe things are shifting and changing. There could be literal movement, and it doesn't have to be, right? But it's moving you into a power, into new power, right? Into maybe expansion, right? Of shine, taking charge. It's about taking charge of your life, right? It's time to shine, right? We have time here through maybe communication, through how you speak, right? There's something being connected to, an ancient gift, a divine power, right? Maybe through the intuition, through this deeply spiritual time, maybe through the unknown, or moving through the unknown in this kind of transition that you're in. But it's time for something here. And that's why I feel like Spirit had us do this reading, because there might be big things going on under the surface, and maybe we just need a bit of clarity of like, where is this leading me, right? Where is this kind of taking me? But I think it's to put you in a more leadership position, in a more forward position. That might not be clear to you at this time or where this is headed, but it feels like it's here to kind of put you at the forefront, right? To put some kind of gift, divine power at the forefront, because you have the strength. And I think you're meant to be celebrated in some way. You have guides and support, okay, around you. And that's maybe why, maybe this is not a physical person. Maybe this is a guide with you, okay, that is helping guide and support and love you at this time through this movement. So don't be afraid of any kind of like unknown or transitional energy that you're going through at this time. Okay, beautiful, big stuff happening here. Okay, sorry about that. My camera cut out as I was cleaning up your current energy. But so now we're going to look at your immediate future, your immediate trajectory. Okay, so short term. Okay. So let's take a look at these before we take other cards. So we have Temperance. Again, we're seeing two energies here. So this could be your higher self, your lower self, your ego, and your higher self coming into more divine balance, right? Yeah, your masculine and feminine. We have the Page of Wands, and we have Justice. Again, so remember how I said that divine balance, right? And then we have Justice here. So seeing that reflected again, there's something that you're coming into balance through. So any energies within you, and it could be within a divine partnership, right, that is felt out of balance, out of whack. Maybe things have felt more heavy on the feminine side, right? Because we did have a lot of that masculine fire with Leo and Aries taking charge. It feels like there's almost like more of a shift into the masculine, right? It feels like things have been maybe too feminine forward, of like the moon, right? The unknown, the healing, right? So that could have been where we've been at. And it feels like this next part is about maybe letting the fire, right? With the Page of Wands, letting the fire lead, right? Taking charge. It's about action, right? So there's something about coming into balance within that masculine and feminine where both are honored, but it's like, it almost feels like it's time for the masculine to kind of take the lead in some way, take charge, taking action, right? So Page of Wands is like, it's fire, it's excitement, it's creativity, right? So it feels like this lightness, this forward movement. So let's get more information here. So we have gossip and we have a romance. So I was picking up, you know, these two energies. So that's interesting. Let's get more. Oh, I think this card wanted to come out as well. So it definitely feels like, and not everyone it's going to be like an actual romantic connection, but for some, yes, this could be a divine partnership. And I'm curious about this gossip. So let's continue. Let's get more here. Okay. Oh, because we had communication. There could be something about communication improving, maybe between you both, right? Where things are coming into more balance, within you, and so it's leading to less maybe gossip or bad thoughts, or more romance, more togetherness, more being on the same page, instead of feeling separated, or someone feeling like on the outs, or like, when two people can fight, they go and talk about it to other people. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting. But let's see. Fairy stone, good fortune. I am open to receive all the goodness the universe has to offer me at all times and in all ways. New might, strength. I am strong in body, mind, and spirit. And then we have the third house, communication, right? With the Lovers and the Magician. Master your mind. Communication, mind, thoughts, ideas, perception, writing, speaking, social media, siblings, neighbors, short trips. So yeah, there's definitely something about communication. Maybe speaking with more love, supporting each other, right? But it definitely feels like there's this new exciting path that we're embarking upon. Even this could be, a friendship, a partnership of any kind, right? Business, right? But it's about mastering the mind, maybe more thoughts of romance and love, right? It doesn't have to be romance, but it could be just harmony, right? Love, togetherness, support, good fortune, focusing on our good fortune, right? And of that, being in balance, doing the best, right? Healing, having things being fair and equal, right? Which creates the most strength, instead of maybe going outside and complaining, talking to other people, right, about our problems, or maybe just even thinking more negatively in our own minds. So there's something about our immediate trajectory about mastering the mind, the thoughts, the ideas, right? Maybe other people's even perceptions of our work, of ourselves, of what we do, really coming into a new form. Okay, although that's not, I would say that should be high on your priority list. Okay, but it does seem like there's this new page of like balance and funness and passion, good fortune, right, that we're aligning with. And it's come from a place of keeping to ourselves more, focusing on us, focusing on love and romance and being on each other's sides, instead of maybe going outward to neighbors, siblings, people, and kind of, maybe speaking ill or complaining. Okay, that's just what I'm kind of getting. It almost feels like there's just more love, support, balance, which is strengthening this connection or strengthening our path. And this could even be you, listening to gossip about other people have about you, and focusing more on self-love and focusing more on just loving and supporting yourself. Okay, and it's turning into good fortune. So open yourself to receive the goodness the universe has to offer me at all times and in all ways, right? So supporting ourselves in a better way, knowing that fortune is coming for us, and tapping into that. Okay. All right. So we're going to go to tools and guidance for you at this time. All right. Okay, it's a lot of cards. We'll take it. Okay. Wow, so you have the sun. And again, we're seeing two energies here, right? Balance. They're helping each other carry this egg, right? Nurture this egg, support this egg, right? So being on the same page. 8 of Wands. Ace of Swords. 7 of Cups. Four of Cups, and the Four of Wands. Okay, so up here, I'm getting it's almost time. We're seeing a clock here, right? It's about to strike midnight, and I'm seeing gifts coming, right? The Eight of Wands, it's time to receive. And with the Seven of Cups, these kids have their bags open, right, to receive something. So, and we had that card just previously of it's time to receive. It's time to open to receive good fortune. So, and I think that is going to be sourced the most through your thoughts and your words with this Ace of Swords, right? It's almost, look, he's like a spaceman, right? Going into unknown territory, but he's going into unlimited potential of space. So it's almost opening up to unlimited potential, right? With the Sun here, receiving your blessings, right? Knowing that your blessings are here to come in, that it's time to receive, right? Four of Cups, someone waiting, right? Waiting for my blessings. Where are they, right? Well, the Four of Wands is that achievement, right? It's that achievement. It's finding that. It's finding that, you know, coming into that knowing, coming into that safety and aligning with the blessings. So I think Spirit's here to say that it's time to align and it's time to open up to receive, because it feels like there's blessings and good fortune waiting to come in for you, okay? To just know that you're worthy of receiving them, okay? Yeah, there's a gift coming through. Almost like you're worthy of that wish or that dream. Maybe, you know, both of you, that happiness, right? Four of Wands can talk about marriage, but also talks about just like happiness, right? Freedom. That it feels like you don't have to wait for this. Like it's ready to come through for you. You can have it right now. Okay, let's see what these are. So we have purpose. We have serenity. And we have manifestation. Yeah, the manifestation. It's like it's ready to come in, the blessing. Right? This manifestation is part of your purpose. So it's almost like this, you can be at peace with knowing, right, that this is happening, right? This is coming through, and this is actually part of your path. So to be in that more serenity, open, receiving, that it's here, it's time to come in, right? You don't have to wait any longer. We have self-love. I approve of myself and love myself deeply and completely. Beautiful. Yeah, and a part of opening up to receive, right? The main part of that, the main key is self-love. To know that you're deserving of receiving this, right? To know that this is yours, okay? So to know that, just come into that, those feelings of serenity and self-love, and that's how we open up to receive this good fortune that is just waiting to be given to us, right? That's going to help us along our path and is part of our actual purpose, right? This manifestation, this thing that makes us feel safe and secure, right? Four of Wands can talk about home, talk about family, community, you know, balance, marriage, right? No matter what it is, we're meant to have this, and we just have to relax and open up to receive it, knowing that it is ours. So we have Aries taking charge with the Emperor. It came through again, right? Courageous, bold, brave, inspirational, passionate, self-aware, confident, extrovert, impatient, impulsive, and arrogant. So the I am. Yeah, it's almost like, it almost feels like this is in your hands, right? Like, and we're seeing that balance of the masculine and feminine, that, yeah, this is about coming into that self-love and serenity and opening up. But it's also about taking charge of your manifestation, that this is in your hands, right? And it's all about how you perceive, how you speak, how you think about it, right? That just knowing that it's yours to have, right? It is part of your purpose. And so knowing that, right, it's up to you to love yourself, and to knowing that you are capable of achieving this, of receiving help, receiving fortune, but also of going after it, and making sure that you're doing the things needed and necessary, right? The worker bee, to create your honey. And I think you are, right? But it's in your mentality as well, okay, around it. So beautiful. Let's now take a look at what you are leaving behind. I think with that sun too, it's like, I really think that you're creating something on a much higher level than you realize, and that blessings are coming through, right? And they just need to be kept, you just need to keep moving forward in balance, right? With that confidence that you are creating this thing, right? That it is coming through. That it's not out of your hands. You don't have to wait, right? That there are blessings coming in, right? That are meant to come in. And so it is that divine masculine feminine of, yes, I'm opening to receive, I'm deserving. But also, you know, there are certain things, actions to be taken on my behalf, right, toward this manifestation, and keep focusing on those actions. Right, so we have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Cups. Wow, look at these knights. Again, we're seeing two, right, masculine and feminine. Whether this is just within you, or it's within you and someone else in your world. Five of Swords, okay, again. And the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, let's get some more information here. This is what we are leaving behind. The Five of Swords can feel like, it can kind of be this energy of, you know, cutting something out. Even like an overpowering energy or an unfair energy. So we have trust. I trust myself in the divine flow of the universe and shine. It's time for me to shine. So yeah, it almost feels like it's time for you to be nurtured on some level. And trust yourself, right? Or maybe trust that you can focus on this thing that you want to create, or nurturing yourself, nurturing this creation here. We have these two knights. They do look supportive here, right? But it almost feels like There's something that you want to create that's at the forefront, or you want to do, that you have to trust yourself, right? You've had to come into a level of trust within yourself, or like allowing yourself to shine. So, okay, let's take a look at this. So we have focus, right? Focusing on love here. We have true love. Okay, so there's so much about partnership and love in this reading, but this is what we're leaving behind. Now, I'm not saying we're leaving true love behind at all, but it feels like maybe this is in the past. Maybe for some, right, love was on your focus, right? Maybe love was kind of, love or dating, right, was your whole world, or maybe putting others first, right? If you're a mother, right, if you're married, or putting someone else's needs before your own, right? And it almost feels like it's now, maybe it's your time to kind of put the focus on something you want to create, right? You could have been, working your entire life, and now it's time for retirement. It's time to focus on you, right? Something that you want to do for yourself or create for yourself, right? So your focus could have been on others for a long time, but it's time to put yourself at the forefront. Nurture yourself, create something for yourself, do something for yourself, right? So this is really interesting. Let's get this deck. Okay, we're gonna do more. So we have Pluto, light of transcendence, judgment, find power in the shadows, transformation, intensity, destruction, death, deep truths, rebirth, renewal, power, wealth, obsessive desire. And Neptune, light of inspiration, the hangman, time for spiritual retreat, dreams, inspiration, universal love, psychic receptivity, awareness, oneness, enlightenment, illusion, deception, trickery. So you got Pluto and Neptune, very deep energies of transformation and spirituality. Yeah, it could have even been, okay, so here's a message here. That you could have transformed through relationship, right? Through true love. That was your focus for a reason, right? Because it was there to help you find power through a shadow, right? Through a reflection, through a mirror, through someone else, perhaps. And of course, for not all this is going to be about love, but through, finding love for yourself, right? That's where you had to really see where maybe you were putting yourself last, or where you were still hung up on the wrong things, right? And so it could have been you've transformed, right, the spiritual retreat through relationship with someone else, really found yourself through the shadow, right? Through focusing on love and through a true love relationship, okay? And it taught you how to trust yourself and trust the flow of life, but also find yourself through it, right? Find your shine, find your dream maybe, or find your trajectory. And we kept getting that Aries card of self, right? So there's something that transformed deeply about yourself, maybe through relationship with another. And this could be, through your kids. It's going to be different for everyone. or through this inner transformation. But yeah, it could have been triggered by love and really allowed this transformation. You found your power through this, right? Or through coming into balance within the masculine and feminine within yourself, right? How to stand in your truth, how to stand in your power. Okay, so, wow, beautiful. Very interesting. Yeah, you could have found a lot of triggers, right, through your relationship with another. That could be it too. There was a lot of triggers that got brought up. But it feels like that's what we're leaving behind. So there could have been that's why we're coming into balance, right? That's why we kept getting those of your current energy, right? Coming into balance between the masculine and feminine. Whereas before, it could have felt like we were going through the trenches and things were being uncovered. We were going through the shadows. Feels like we're coming out of that now into that divine balance, right? Into fairness, equality, or just feeling like we're on the other side of something maybe more difficult or transformative. Okay, so we're looking at your highest trajectory long term now. This is very unique because it's very relationship based. Okay, wow, look at that. Okay, you got the 10 of Cups. So again, we see this relationship. Okay, so it's up to you how this fits into your world, right? But we see a beautiful relationship, right? 10 of Cups is fulfillment. 10 of Cups is love, right? It's coming together. It's making it through out of something difficult, finding our balance, finding, that maybe romance, finding someone, maybe through, maybe what we're leaving behind is those, immature relationships, right? Maybe it was relationships that didn't work, but we had to find ourselves through that, find our shine through those past people and, unfair relationships that didn't work. Okay, and now we're finally finding that balance, that truth, that love, that romance, that fulfillment, right? Equality here. So beautiful. 10 of Swords. Okay, so there we go. 10 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. So our highest trajectory is us finding true love, true balance, true relationship, true harmony within relationship. Okay. And this could be a romantic, but this could also be community, right? A friendship, a true partnership that is one of truth and love and togetherness and what's ending here, right? Once and for all, 10 of Swords, right? Is this sneaky, deceitful, unfair, right? Unbalanced, not thinking of each other, gossip, right? All of that kind of lower energy, lower frequency behavior that has maybe been in our past, right? Been in our lives for a while where people aren't true, right? People aren't honest. So this is coming to a close, right? 10 of Swords. It's the end of that ship. That ship is sinking, right? That ship is ending. And what's taking its place is true connection, right? Real love, true love. Okay, let's get some more. Yeah, divine love, divine balance. There's another one. There it is. Fun times, right? Fun times are ahead. Beautiful. Yeah, fun times, good times are ahead of us here. Healing, beautiful. So healing our past, right? Once and for all. Healing the past, healing what didn't work. Yeah. Healing old baggage. Look at that, success, okay? So we're meant to have success in our lives, but specifically around a connection. So Yeah, this could have been even long old karma being healed, right? Within maybe relationships you saw around you. Maybe this was your parents. Maybe it was you, you know, connection you had, maybe many, right? That ended bad or that were not true, right? And so your long-term trajectory is healing this pattern, right? Healing this old karma so it doesn't end, and going toward something real, something honest, something truly fun and successful, but fun in the most, you know, balanced and passionate and lighthearted, right? Where we're both like, this man's bringing her flowers, like it feels very cute, childlike, honest, right? So we're meant to have success in our relationships, or in a very specific relationship here that is going to heal the past karma, our past, right? So beautiful. Okay. Just that one. Okay, so we have Heliodor, confidence. I am confident in all that I do. It's also meant to heal, you know, your confidence about yourself, but also confidence, I feel like, about love, right? And about life, right? You're meant to live a very confident, happy life of success, right? Good times, right? We're not waiting for the other shoe to drop. So we have Gemini, I think, the lovers. There we go, finding solutions. Intelligent, curious, innovative, playful, right? We were getting that with fun time, childlike. There's playfulness here. Insightful, quick-witted, social, outgoing, superficial, gossipy, inconsistent. So we're getting the kind of lower aspect of this here with the gossipy, which we had in your first, where you're heading, I think that's where it came through, where it was romance and gossip. I don't know if you remember that. So we're moving away from this gossipy, inconsistent energy, maybe through, you know, community friendships, through, you know, romance, and coming into more playfulness, right? Insightfulness, social, fun, right? But it's not that sneaky, deceitful fun. You know, where things are being talked about, or people are talking behind your back, or, you know, things are happening behind your back. There's solutions being found. There's harmony here, right? There's togetherness, where we're doing things fun together that help us both. So 8th house, transformation, death and judgment, death and rebirth, baggage, trauma, right? Metamorphosis, endings, magic, mystery, occult, sex, underworld, crisis, other people's money, and inheritance. So this is what's happening, is that you're having a total rebirth. Maybe you and someone else are having a complete rebirth, where there's solutions found, where there's healing found, and there's confidence coming back in you as a person, but also in relationship as a whole, or in this specific relationship, right? Where we're moving into lighter times, more passionate times, right? Playful success, where we've gone through our rebirth, and it's time for us to have a brand new page, right? Where we're free of the trauma, we're free of the baggage, right? And so it's just time for real, true, honest connection, love, and harmony. Okay, so beautiful. You are going to have success in this. You are destined for success. Okay, and that true, honest fulfillment, the true love. Okay, good times, not always ending negatively or badly. Okay, so thank you so much. This was your reading, pile number 3. I loved it. It was beautiful. I hope you did as well. Please let me know in the comments if you did. Also let me know by giving me a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel. And if you would like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. All of my love, pile 3. Peace.